In the heart of medieval Portugal, amidst the tumultuous political landscape of the 14th century, there existed a love story so profound, so enduring, that it transcended time itself. This is the tale of Inês de Castro and King Pedro, a saga of passion, betrayal, and tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on Portuguese history. But before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed to the Vexpress yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the chance to discover the eternal flame of love and intriguing stories from the past. Inês de Castro, a beautiful and enigmatic lady-in-waiting, arrived at the court of Portugal in the early 14th century. Her striking beauty and grace captured the attention of the Prince Pedro, the heir to the Portuguese throne. Despite his engagement to Constanza of Castile, Pedro found himself irresistibly drawn to Inês, her charm and intelligence captivating him beyond measure. As their forbidden love blossomed in the shadow of royal court intrigue, whispers of scandal and jealousy began to spread. The courtiers, envious of Inés's influence over the prince, conspired to drive a wedge between the lovers, but their passion burned brighter with each passing day. Despite his obligations to his betrothed, Pedro could not deny his heart's desire. He defied convention and tradition, openly declaring his love for Inês. And dear friends, although the prince was unwillingly betrothed to Constanza at the behest of his father, King Alfonso IV, he put the marriage out of his mind. Inês, in turn, reciprocated his affections with unwavering devotion, forsaking all others for the love of her Prince Pedro. Their love, however, was not destined to be unchallenged. King Afonso IV, Pedro's father, viewed Inês as a threat to the stability of the kingdom. He conspired with his advisors to eliminate the woman who had captured his son's heart, fearing the repercussions of a union with a mere lady-in-waiting. In a cruel twist of fate, King Afonso ordered Inês to be exiled from Portugal, hoping to sever the ties between her and Pedro. Heartbroken and desperate, Pedro refused to accept his father's decree, vowing to defy him and reclaim his beloved at any cost. Inês, torn from the arms of her beloved, was sent into exile in Castile, where she languished in loneliness and despair. Yet, even in the depths of her suffering, her love for Pedro remained unyielding, a beacon of hope in the darkness of her exile. Meanwhile, Pedro's anguish only intensified in the absence of his beloved. He pleaded with his father to allow Ines to return, but Afonso remained resolute in his oposición.
Sou vosso pai! Vão entender!
Consumed by grief and desperation, Pedro plotted to defy his father's will and reclaim Ines by force. In a daring act of defiance, Pedro secretly journeyed to Castile, where he was reunited with his beloved Inês. Their joy, however, was short-lived, as news of Pedro's defiance reached the ears of King Afonso.
Aqui estou, aos vossos pés, até que a morte nos separe.
Enraged by his son's disobedience, Afonso ordered Inês to be put to death, fearing the consequences of her influence over Pedro. In a secluded woodland, surrounded by the beauty of nature, Inês met her tragic fate at the hands of King Afonso's assassins. As the life ebbed from her body, her final thoughts were of her beloved Pedro, whose love had sustained her through the darkest of days. Heartbroken and consumed by grief, Pedro swore vengeance upon those who had taken his beloved from him. He rallied his supporters and waged war against his own father, determined to avenge Inês's death and claim his rightful place as king.
Preparai-vos para a guerra e para a derrota.
In a climactic battle on the fields of Aljubarrota, Pedro emerged victorious, overthrowing his father's forces and ascending to the throne of Portugal. Yet, despite his triumph, his heart remained heavy with sorrow for the loss of his beloved Inês. In death, however, Inês's love endured, immortalized in legend and folklore as a symbol of undying devotion. Pedro, in his grief, ordered that Inês be posthumously crowned Queen of Portugal, honoring her memory for all eternity. And so, the tale of Inês de Castro and King Pedro lives on as a testament to the power of love to transcend even the greatest of adversities, a timeless saga of passion and tragedy that continues to captivate the hearts and minds of generations to come. Join us next time on The Vexpress as we unravel more untold stories from the pages of history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, spread the love and express yourself.